'Cause I know, 'cause I know.
Alrighty, so basically what we're going to do is this is just to measure your standard length for your club. If you have very long, low-hanging arms, obviously you're going to take length off. It's a big misconception. Guys will think there's a massive guy super tall, oh, he has to be at 39 in his 5-iron, but it's not true, because what if he has like ridiculously long arms? So then he like has to stand funny just to manipulate how he stands with the golf club, where it needs to be where your arms hang naturally. So all we want to do is I want you to just stand tall, look at me, and let your arms hang straight down. And I'm going to take a measurement. Don't look at the ruler, because otherwise you're going to change it. It's a very So nice and relaxed. That's cool. Okay, so you're right there. So you can see you kind of just, that's 5-iron length. So we said in the 7-iron we're 37, which is standard, which is fine for you. So driver would be 44.5.
Yeah, cool.
So we'll get you right in the middle of sort of standard. I think that's fine. Okay,
that's good.
Cool. And then the other thing, the other thing that's important is hand size.
Okay.
So this is just to determine grip size. Okay. What I want you to do is I just want you to start.
At the crease.
It's like that crease there. Yeah. That's it. Flat. You can see right hand is at 930, so you're slightly bigger than standard. 920 is kind of 910, 920.
Slightly bigger than
What size glove do you wear? Medium, large.
Yeah, but I like a kind of tighter fit on the gloves as well.
Okay, cool. Can I just try your left hand as well? Start here and flat. Yeah, it's weird, eh? So you're 920 in the left.
Smaller left hand than right hand.
So that's what I was asking. Because if I measure your right, but your left hand is slightly longer in the fingers, we go with max.
Okay.
So we'd rather steer on the side of slightly bigger. So our system goes, okay, what's my left hand, what's my right hand, and then we put those two measurements in, it takes the maximum. So we've put your grip size would be kind of at that 930, which is slightly bigger than standard.
Okay. What would that be, like an extra wrap or just like an actual bigger grip?
So we build to a specific size. So the grip size will stay the same. We will build it up with build-up tape, so it will probably be like two layers. We use a machine just to sort of check the diameter. So basically what it does is it checks the diameter of the top of the grip from an inch down where you grip down with your left hand, and it gives us a number, and we're kind of going, okay, cool. Standard is 900. Normally for 930 it will be a couple of wraps and then double-sided, but we keep measuring. So as soon as we put a tape, we measure it, and then we just keep checking it.
Just to make sure it's like spot on.
So that we can build to within kind of 0.5 of where it needs to be. So it will be perfectly for your hand size. So it's very easy to control, because generally shafts are the same diameter, and then we know, okay, once we're building it up, we go, okay, 2 wraps of tape is 920, and off we go.
Okay.
Cool. Obviously you want to know length. We're going to do hand to floor and stuff as well, just to give you your exact length. So we're pretty much at 37, which is spot on standard length, which is kind of where we were at when we did your hand to floor the other day anyway, so that's cool. If you come and have a look for me this side.
So that's swing weight?
So this is swing weight, so basically what it feels like. So it's on a 14-inch fulcrum, where's the weight more? So if it's more this side, it goes A, B, C, D, E, F, G. The heavier it gets, it will be A. A is like really, really light. Normally ladies is between sort of C2 to C3.9. Standard men's is normally like D2 point something, depending on the brand. And basically you can see D2.1, which is pretty much standard. So with a faster swinger and someone like you, we would obviously want this to be maybe slightly heavier. So we want to go maybe D3
So what, having the weight
having the weight more in the head, so you can feel the head a little bit more when you swing the golf club. But when we do our clubs and we build them, we go based on the MOI matching machine. So swing weight is one way to do it, but we find better results when we go MOI match. So they, like, from your forearm to your pitching wedge will feel exactly the same. We can do that through your whole set of irons, so that it doesn't matter what club you hold, the required force to swing it is the same, so you feel exactly the same with every single club. So like some guys will be like, geez, my wedge is heavy or something like that. The difference there is if we cut them the right weight or the right position, we can manage that MOI and we can make it feel exactly the same throughout. So four-iron will feel exactly the same as a pitching wedge, so it's not going to feel like a mission to swing your four-iron, or vice versa. Your pitching wedge is not going to feel super heavy when you pick it up compared to your 7-iron. Okay. So that's what this guy here is for.
So would you measure each club to get that right?
No. So when we baseline with 7-iron. The reason being, all of our fitting heads are 7-iron. So I've got obviously 300 shafts for you to try, and then we sort of narrow them down based on your transition tempo release, how strong you are with a golf club in your hand, not in the gym, but just how you move a golf club. Okay. That's why we baseline your irons now, because we go, okay, cool, this is where you're playing at now, but based on your swing speed, your tempo, your transition, your release, obviously I know your golf swing because I've coached you before, so we understand where we fit into. And there's sort of 3 categories there. We rate people 1 to 3, and then like 1 being sort of smoother, not as strong, sort of relaxed golf swing, not as much speed. 2 is kind of your baseline, so your middle of the pack, where it's like very, very sort of medium transition, medium, release. Everything is kind of just right in the middle. And then we baseline you off your shaft. So that makes our shaft picking process a lot better. So you're basically a 3-3-3, strong guy, faster swing, quite a hard transition, and a later release. So we know, okay, cool, you fit into the firm shaft category. It breaks, like, it takes away a lot of the, like, instead of you standing there trying to hit 600 shafts, you go, okay, cool, we know, okay, these are your characteristics. After we've hit a few balls, we go, he hits the ball a bit high, maybe we get him into a lower launching shaft, lower spinning shaft, just so that we can narrow that gap down, get you into the right shaft bracket. So we can't say after doing this, okay, cool, this is what it needs to be as 1. We'll give you like 4 options that are best for you. And also, you don't want to hit that many shots because you're going to get tired, and then we want to streamline it as much as possible, but by giving you as much of the correct stuff for you. So correct heads, we can play with heads because you're a good ball striker. So if you look at a blade or a semi-blade, you go, that looks a bit small. We can sort of work you into something that's a little bit bigger, more forgiving, which looks comfortable, and then play around with that. We'll give you the blade to try because you need to try it. And
that's
if you do,
it's also fun, trying to get a blade.
But also, like, the misconception is, oh, I can't play a blade. I'm a 12 handicap. Doesn't matter. If you're a really good ball striker, it doesn't matter. So we don't base you by your handicap. We ask you what your handicap is and where you'd like to get, but it's not to go, okay, cool, he needs a beginner set of clubs, because we've fitted guys that are 16 handicaps into a blade. Why? Because they strike the ball well, so that wasn't their issue, but they had too much spin, too much high launch with the more forgiving club. So we put them into a blade, and they actually dropped their handicap by a lot because they struck the ball better. So
because I mean, what I've said to you as well is like what you say, pretty well, but these clubs being more forgiving clubs oftentimes get those very different numbers out of it.
So you don't get that definite, okay, cool, I know this goes 170. Why you don't get that is because if you don't have the correct clubs for you, one, lie angle is very, very important, but we've checked your loft, and we know your loft is 6 degrees strong on your 7-iron. So that gapping becomes a problem, because if your 7-iron is 29-ish, 28.5, 29, but we checked your 5-iron just to compare, it was 25. You're supposed to have those 4 degree increments, but your 7-iron is almost like a standard traditional 5-iron, and your 5-iron is more like a standard traditional sort of 3-4 iron. But now we haven't checked all of your clubs, which we will do, but it's like we know that that's way too strong for somebody like you because you don't need that distance. You know, this is where that problem comes in. You turn that club face down a bit, it goes 190 or 200, and then when you hit it normally and you deliver like your 31, 32, which is where we want to be. And I think what we'll do is we'll get you very much into just and we'll check loft and lie and just make sure where you make ground contact, because I kind of have a feeling of where we'll be. But for me, it's like if your loft is consistently that gapping, so like 4-degree gapping is kind of where we're at. Sometimes 3 in the longer irons because guys struggle to hit it higher. I don't think that'll be an issue for you, but we want that consistent gapping throughout the set. So whether it's your wedges or your irons or your short irons or your mid irons or your long irons, you know, everything has that consistent gap. With the right lie angle, the right grip, and the right shaft. You don't have to feel like you're manipulating and manufacturing golf shots.
Like forcing it.
So you're basically standing there going, it's the same swing with every single club, and I've said this to you in lessons, and you go, it doesn't feel like the same swing. Probably when we check every single one of your clubs, they're not the same MOI, they're not the same weight. You know, they're not, you know, swing weights off, grips are wrong, probably shafts are wrong.
But I suppose that's one of the big things, like you say, about doing a fitting as well, is that, you know, you pick these up off Marketplace or whatever, which is what I did. I mean, I got these a couple of years ago off Marketplace.
100%,
I said, cool, those are some nice looking clubs. Also, when I was quite early into golf, I didn't know anything.
Look, you don't want to make that initial...
I've kind of stuck with them and try to make them work, you know?
No, exactly. You don't want to make that initial investment unless you're really sure. So you see this laser here? Basically, this is, we call it a frequency analyzer, but basically what it does is, you'll see I'll give it a twang like this. Okay, it's going to give us a rating of 281, and that's cycles per minute. So if the shaft is less stiff, it's gonna do that less. If it's stiffer, it's gonna do more cycles. So that's how we measure the stiffness. So it's not just what it says on the shaft, it's actually how many cycles per minute it does on here. We normally give it like 2 or 3. And that allows us with our frequency chart.
Get an idea.
I've got it downstairs, I'll show you. I've got the frequency chart downstairs. 1 second.
So I suppose that's also like one of those things. You've got a stamping on the shaft that tells you, I don't know, regular 105, but I mean, that's such a small part of what that shaft actually is.
So we go 7 iron at 37, what do we say, 280? It's playing at 2.5, which is ladies flex. See, so that's kind of, you know, like, and you can see it, it will go based on those numbers and obviously swing speed, but the thing for me is like 7 iron at 37, you want to be kind of in that 7.0. So we're looking at like 320.
There's a big difference.
You know, that's 40 cycles difference. And if they're all the same, because I guarantee you they're not all going to be the same.
So it's like a dead stock shaft from...
So playing at, you know, we normally say 5.0 is like where regular, you'll see like that's the middle in that chart there. It's sort of 4.0 to 5 is regular, and then 5 gets to stiff. This is extra stiff, and that's sort of double extra stiff on the normal terms, right? But you're supposed to be in this range, and you're here. You could probably go more on that side, so the 7.0, 8.0, which is an X flex, which is what I've said to you before. But you're playing at 2.5.
So I'm playing, like senior flex almost.
Okay, so what we're going to do is, so obviously we have our shafts and all of our heads marked. So what we're going to do is I'm going to get you into a lower launching, lower spinning head. And what that's going to do is obviously we'll go traditional loft, so like 34 degrees, 35 degrees. We'll compare them, we'll see what it does, and then from there we'll obviously put them all together and check your dispersion. Cool. Sweet, let's go.
Good.
So basically what I want you to do is I want you to hit this club like you would on the golf course. Your target line is this white line, so it's not where you need to start it. So if you hit a draw, you hit a fade, I want you to just finish the ball on that line. I don't want you to hit it harder than what you would on the golf course. I'm not here to judge how far you hit it or how well you hit it. I just want you to hit it like you would.
Know how far
I mean, I can imagine. I've seen it in lessons, but I don't think it's necessary. Because also what we're trying to do is we want to see what your misses are and where your bad shots are and how we can improve on those. Yep. So just we're going to give you sort of 5-6 shots. Hit a few to warm up, and then we'll get going. Nice. Very nice. There you go. So that's sort of what you see how it just shows you where on the face it hit it, yeah.
So like 1 or 2 more, Dad?
Yeah. So I would go, I mean, I'm pretty happy there's one bad one, so we'll take that one out. So
1 more.
2 more. Let's hit 2 more, yeah. Nice. Like that one.
Yeah.
Cool. So let's have a quick look here. Obviously going based off carry, not total. Okay. With the dispersion, I'm just going to take out the outlier. So that's a definite outlier. That 118 was a bad strike. Okay. So you can see
It's all over the place.
a little bit all over the place. I mean, that one there is potentially also not your, like, you don't hit your 7.9 137. So I'll take that one out.
Yeah.
We'd see what we spoke about before in lessons and stuff as well, is pattern is slightly left. We work on a sort of 10 meter this way and 5 meters either side. So you see this line here?
Yeah.
That would kind of be your green. But it's obviously got to be 10 this way, 10 that way. And how far do you normally hit your 7? Do you think?
Probably like 175.
175?
Yeah, 175.
Yeah.
Cruising up to 180 with a good strike, and then, like I've said before, occasionally it goes 200 straight
Just
over
goes,
the back. Yeah.
And you can see it, I mean, like if you look at this, right? So you got 146, 164, 163, 155, 175. With a 7.9, all we want is, like we said earlier, if you can carry it the same number within that reasonable, even like on the mishits it's fine if it goes slightly shorter, but we don't want so much variance. Like you've said 175 is your number that you'd like to hit, you've hit that once. You know, out of 7-8 shots, we've deleted the 3 bad ones. So what I want to do is I want to get you, like I said, this is again, Project X 6.0. It's not playing at 6.0, it's actually playing at 7 frequency. So it's kind of like an extra stiff. It's a Titleist CB head. The only reason for that is I just want to see what that does because it's a little bit more traditional loft. Okay, so this is 35 degrees of loft, slightly upright. That's cool, not a problem. I just want you to see what that does for you. I'm going to get you, I've got the TaylorMade head, I've got the Strixon head, so we've got a couple of heads. I feel like this is firm with your transition, your tempo, your release and your strength. You know, you swing the club pretty quickly. That's probably going to feel a lot better in your hands. It's going to make you hit the ball a little bit higher, it won't go as far, and it won't have that big shape on it. Okay? Cool. Give that a try. You know, I don't want you to feel like you have to hit it soft or you have to do something to manipulate that golf shot. I want you to just feel like, okay, I can hit this club and every single club in the bag is the same. It's a nice, like assertive swing. You don't like hitting the ball softly. No. So let's give you something that allows you to not hit the ball softly is basically what we want, right?
Yeah.
How's that feel?
Yeah, very nice.
Titleist CB.
Obviously, like a hell of a lot smaller.
Yeah.
Smaller and top line and stuff, but I mean that's one of those.
It's not.
Get used to.
Is it to a point where it's intimidating, or is it like compared to your other one?
No, not really. It's just something I notice now. It's definitely
looks
like
cleaner,
a little bit, but not enough to make me worry.
Yeah, so I want you to try that. If it does feel and like, okay, this is a bit intimidating, I'm not quite confident, we can go slightly bigger. So we can step it up into a T150.
Okay.
We can, the P7MC is slightly bigger, the TaylorMade. ZX7 in the Strixon is slightly thicker top line, slightly more offset, so it doesn't look as intimidating. Nice. A little bit heavy, eh?
Yeah, a little
That's
bit.
all right.
But like not terrible, you know.
Cool. I don't want you to try to do anything different as well.
Yeah.
I just want you to hit it like you were hitting your normal one. Don't try to hit it harder because you now know it's a stiffer shaft. Just make a normal swing. Lovely.
Yeah, just trying to like feel the weight because it's very different to obviously what I've got.
So this is a common misconception, right? You're going stiffer, heavier shaft. You're not going to swing the club as fast.
Yeah.
You're swinging it quicker. So it's very hard for you to change your club head speed so drastically by changing shaft. You naturally have that in your DNA. That's kind of the speed you swing it at. It's not going to make maybe like 3-4 miles an hour here or there. If we give you a super whippy graphite shaft, you're going to gain maybe 5, but it's not going to be as like massive as you think.
It's more like what it's going to do to the club.
It's the feeling. Can you feel the difference in that shaft? Doesn't it feel a little bit more stable and you probably feel the head a little bit better? Yep. Okay. Launch was good. Numbers are a little short, but that's okay. It's all right. Bit of a shank. That's cool. Hit like 4 more for me.
Shank, at least.
Yeah. How's that feeling?
Yeah, no.
Feeling okay?
Yeah.
Don't worry about the bad ones. It's all right. It's a very different club, so it's going to take you a few. 100%.
It's not like you're going to put a club in my hand and all of a sudden I'm going to hit it dead on line every time.
Yeah, look, it obviously takes a few swings because you got to get used to it. So that's why we don't just give you like 3 shots. We'll give you normally between sort of 5 to 10 shots with it. You'll be able to tell me, so you'll be able to tell me within that sort of 5-6, how does that feel?
See, that was nice.
And then when you do that, see, there's the 170 carry.
Yeah.
Do you see the difference now? Much higher ball flight, higher ball speed, same club head speed, right? Look at the shape. Much less draw, much higher. And the important thing there is your spin rate is so much higher, which is good for you because now the ball's actually coming down steeper and it's stopping. Like, that's one thing we've always struggled with, right? Is getting you to stop the ball on the green. That carried 170, stopped at 176. That's perfect for a 7-iron.
Yeah.
There's a number there, sort of third from the bottom on the right, the land angle.
Yeah.
Okay, ideally we want to try and get that as close to 45 as possible.
Okay.
You were kind of at 39 degrees, so that's just how steeply it comes into the green. So obviously we want it at 45 is sort of the peak number that we're trying to get. For you, I'd say 47 is probably better because it means it's going to stop quicker. Okay. So as close to 45, but obviously you were kind of 39 earlier, so you weren't quite getting the stopping power on that.
Yeah. Spin
Rate on that's perfect. So we want between sort of 6.2 and 6.6 with that iron for you.
Yeah.
It feels nice, but it just feels like a lot less sort of whippy. It's a lot more sort of stiff and body, but it's stable, which is nice. Lovely. How's that one?
Yeah.
A bit of a miss hit.
Yeah, but like felt alright though, you know.
Cool. No, that's cool. Alrighty, I'm just gonna give you. So that's the Mizuno. This is the one you were talking about earlier that you said you quite like.
Yeah.
Standard loft, standard lie. So 34 degrees. It's the 923.
Is it the same shaft?
It's a slightly different shaft. Obviously, like I said to you earlier, I don't want to put you into every head with every shaft.
Yeah.
We're gonna mix and match because the shaft numbers the heads are pretty much the same. You'll see they look very similar. Yeah. Top line is similar, right?
Yeah.
Very similar. That one's slightly more forgiving, so it's not quite as intimidating. But we're gonna mix and match these shafts a little bit because they're all in that firm category like we were discussing earlier. But we can't get you to all 20 heads with 5 shafts. You're going to be really tired and you're going to start to swing it really, really lazy. So PX, that again says 6.0, but it's actually playing at 7. It looks like a graphite shaft. It's not.
Nice looking shaft as well.
Yeah. Cool. Same thing. Just hit like 5 or 6 for me. You should start to go, okay, I can actually feel what feels nicer in this category. This one should feel a little softer in the handle, but not quite as body and stiff as the last one. There we go. It's the bat. It's nice.
Yeah. That one probably.
It's a bit better.
Yeah.
Sure. It's all right. How's that one feeling?
Yeah, it feels a little bit nicer than.
Feels better than the one before?
Yeah.
Looks
Just-
wise,
but-
head okay?
Yeah.
Not too small?
No. Obviously, that's just the 2 shots, but like
Yeah.
the first one with like a nice hit felt nicer than the
Okay.
nice hit on the
Cool.
previous one.
Lovely.
Got a lot more feedback on these clubs than
Yep.
current ones.
And a lot of that is because the butt section of that golf club isn't as firm as so that's still the same brand.
Yeah.
It's just got a slightly softer butt section, so you can feel it. So you get a little bit better feedback. It feels a little bit more sort of soft,
Yeah.
but it's really not soft. It's 7.0.
Yeah.
But it's like that feedback. You can probably feel the head a little bit better. And like you say, when you strike the ball, very soft off the
Yeah,
face.
like
That's
kind
the
of
beauty of cast versus forged. Forged has a lot of benefits. Obviously, feels a lot softer off the club face. It's not as hard as yours with the club face, but it gives us flexibility, and that's why we generally fit into forged clubs. Is we can adjust loft and lie and stuff. If we were seeing something like really, really crazy in terms of where you were touching down, we could just go, okay, cool. We can just bend it quickly. We have all the equipment, but.
Okay.
The other benefit and advantage is it feels a hell of a lot softer and a lot more sort of nice. Even on the mishits, it doesn't hurt as much. It doesn't send that shock through your arms.
Okay.
Okay, give me 3 more with that one. Lovely.
Yeah, that's the one.
Strike sounding good. You can almost hear it off the face. It's all right. You're just a little bit too far over there. You're good. That's cool. Still picked it up. No worries.
Yeah, because that one felt like
Yep.
I got absolutely everything
Yep.
in
There we go. See, once you get into it, now we can start to see sort of more traditional ball flight of slight draw, that kind of thing. So it's pretty good. Cool.
there. Super nice.
Okay,
That felt really good.
like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you. So that's the Strixon ZX7. Okay. We've already said we like the Strixon and what they look like. This shaft is very similar in profile, so you'll see it's firm, medium firm, so it's not quite as tight. Yeah, I think you quite like that at the top, that it doesn't feel so stiff. And that's what those the first one I gave you, they notoriously quite like a pole, they like really stiff.
Yeah.
And some guys like that, some guys don't. But these are kind of the next step where we go still firm, but medium firm. So you just have a little bit more feel in the top of the club there. So I'm gonna go C-taper.
This one's also got like a slightly thicker top line,
Yeah, so this
a
is
little bit bigger overhead.
slightly more forgiving. It's a traditional semi-blade. Does it feel lighter?
Yeah.
It's interesting. The one he's got now, ZX7 with a C-taper. 130X. Not bad for a missit.
Yeah.
How's that one look?
I like the look of this.
You like this sort of thicker top line, or?
So I like that thinner top line, but it does just create that like
A little bit of awareness
little
that
bit of anxiety.
yeah. No, sure.
So it almost just feels like I've got a little bit of extra forgiveness.
A little bit of help, right? If you do miss-hit it, yep.
Yeah.
That's okay. You're all right. Not bad. Lovely. You want to be assertive, but you don't want to feel like you're working ridiculously hard. And then you go and do that.
Yeah.
To change my mind. Jeez, like. It's a bit better.
It's long though.
Yeah, but you see, that's long because it's slightly de-lofted compared to the Mizuno. So it's slightly, I think that's 32.
Okay.
That's like a 2 degrees, 3 degrees strong 7-iron. So we are going to see a slight improvement. It shouldn't be 10, 15 meters.
Yeah.
I think you struck that fine.
Yeah.
But you see the difference there is that land angle and the spin rate was still good. So You just got massive ball speed, which is interesting. Yeah. Jeez. Maybe hit 2 more with that one.
Yeah.
Maybe we called it too early.
Yeah, possible. Did
Yeah.
also just relax a little bit instead of trying
Yeah.
to...
Don't hit it harder because it's stiffer. I think that's
Yeah.
one thing you do get into quite quickly is feels stiff. So you feel like you got to smash it. Just make the same goal swing.
Yeah.
We're fitting the club to you, not you adapting to the club. Remember, it's what you've done for so long. What do you think? We'll check.
preferred
I
the
mean,
previous one. I like this head. Like I said, I like
okay, you like the head, but you don't quite think that shaft
something
is.
wasn't working too well there.
That's fine. I think it is just like it's a feel-based thing, right? So it's what does it feel like?
Yeah.
The
let's give it a
P7MC.
go. Yeah.
Because it's pretty much on the same line.
Is that the same like the Shrixon basically? Or
It's
are they
not
all in
as
the-
forgiving.
As a
Slightly thicker top line, so you can see it there. So this has just got that little bit of top line, which I think, this is slightly, I'm very hesitant to put you into this. I'm going to be 100% honest. That's the P790.
Yeah, but yeah.
It's really nice, and it's like, but the problem is when we get into a club like this, it's got the tungsten weighting and the sort of the extra forgiveness there. You're just gonna
have the same issue.
It's going away from what we said, right?
Yeah.
We want something at the very least, mid-launch, mid-spin.
Yeah.
Never high launch, high spin for you. We want to knock the spin off, and I think as soon as we go to this, all that sort of the spin numbers and stuff that we have and we like, because it gets us to stop the ball quicker, are gone. They're going to disappear. So I'd give it a try if you want to. We can also try the Cobra, but again, it's got slightly more forgiveness. It's not bad. But I think it's going away from what we truly want to try. That one there is kind of mid, so it will work. Yeah, you can give this a try. It's kind of mid, it will work. But I think ZX7 wise, that's kind of in the middle of where we want to be, right?
So I mean, like even with these, like I said to you, they don't feel like super intimidating. It's just this feels like it gives you that little bit of extra like comfortability with that slightly higher top line, but I'm not unhappy hitting something at that size. You know what I mean?
It's also just going to depend on how consistent you hit them, right? So once we take a look at those numbers, it's going to be what does it feel like, what does it look like, and if it's like a meter in carry or whatever, then it is what it is. But
I quite like. I mean, all of those ones that I've hit so far have been nice.
Cool. I might just give you this Cobra head in that shaft that you like.
Let's see that.
Because that is very close to what you have been hitting. Nice. Nice. Very nice.
Yeah, it feels good.
See that ball flight?
Yeah. And both are like, I mean, granted there's a bit of difference in distance between those two.
Yeah.
But ball flight looks pretty
consistency,
similar.
ball flight wise, much better, nice and straight, yeah?
Yeah. That was like a little bit of a miss hit as well.
Cool.
A little bit of, But I mean, also not bad.
Yep. For a miss hit, that's pretty good.
Yeah, take that. It's also not far offline, which is always nice.
Yep. Okay, give me 3 more of that one. Nice. Yeah, that changes.
Yeah.
That changes things a bit. That ball flight pattern is just like so straight, so high, very consistent. And I don't mind that it's taken slightly less loft on that. Slightly more loft on that. So it's gonna shorten that up a little bit, but that's fine. Nice. Alrighty. I'm just gonna take out.
That one was like the furthest offline. And like a lot of that you would attribute to just getting used to the clubs as well.
Yeah, like the first few shots, if they're really bad, we disregard them completely because obviously swing weight's different, the feel weight of the head's different, bend profile of the shaft is different. So it's just going to feel a bit strange, right? So, okay, so we've got our split here. If we go dispersion and I go show all, you can see it looks a bit scary.
Yeah.
Okay. But what we'll start to see, and that's actually on total. So we want this on carry, because obviously we work on irons, we're trying to get carry. I mean, there's a clear winner there. I think I can probably take this guy out of here. Sorry, I missed that one. So let me just remove this. If it will let me. Okay, so there we've got that split, right? We're not looking for distance, but remember we are looking 5 to 10 meters this way, 5 to 10 meters this way. The green one is, I mean, with a mishit, it's still even the tightest dispersion.
Yeah, that's a crazy difference.
Yeah. So
which one was my original club?
So the white one was yours. So you can see it was sort of left, but also spread quite sort of across the board there, where it was short and right or long and left kind of thing. And so from here, this is quite important. So if we just take it off, show all here, groups, okay. So with your average, right, for carry, here we go. So we've got 88 club speed, that's your original one. Okay, 116 ball speed, which is good. That's all fine. 5-1 spin, okay. So that's too little. Okay, so it's not getting the ball to stop. You can see it's rolling out 16 meters with the 7-iron, which is far too much. We were talking about that sort of land angle earlier. Okay, so you can see how this one is 36, which means it's just coming into flat.
Because you were saying we need like 45.
45 is the ideal number. Yeah. So launch was quite low, but it was low because of the loft on your 7-iron was low, right? And this is where it gets really interesting. So we've added loft, okay, to all of these. So you'll see spin rate goes up, speed stays the same, carry not too bad. That was not your best. We know that's not your best, but just to show you the difference, launch goes up, land angle goes up, but you don't lose as much distance. Again, 18 launch. This one was slightly better. This was the Mizuno with the shaft that you like. So kind of closer, 44, 43.6. Launch angle was pretty good. But there we started to get 6,000 spin, which I like for you. And very good stopping power. 167, 177 is really not too bad. That's pretty good. The 7-iron, like I said, the reason why we wouldn't go into the C taper was there was just a lot of variation in carry numbers. But again, it's really good numbers. Spin rate drops down. It's not too bad, but it is concerning that it's dropping when you do miss it, like that one that went 190. You hit it, you hit it 190 carry again, and that's what we're trying to get away from. So that spin rate drops a little bit too much, and I don't quite like that. So very good shaft. You could probably make it work, but for you, it's just not what we're looking for. And then that one there is a clear winner. There's one there which you've mishit. So I was just check. I didn't take it out. Actually, they're not bad. I wouldn't take any of those out. So spin rate was a little bit low. You've only hit sort of 5 or 6 of those, but you are getting tired. But to me, dispersion-wise, carry-wise, you pretty much in between the ZX7 with that shaft and the Mizuno. And it's going to be based on very similar numbers, 170, 175. Carry versus total. Land angle is much better at 43 to 45 degrees and ball speed. So for me, if it's a long-term thing, and I know you're trying to work on your game and stuff, you will grow into those Mizunos, which I think is nice. Like, it's not like you need the forgiveness, but if you feel like it's something that's going to get in your head, I would go Strixon. They're not bad. They're not going to ever look too big. It's just like you're very much in between those two. I think from a spin rate point of view, again,
those are the ones.
You see, we get that spin rate just that 500 higher, and you're not giving away distance. You're still carrying it exactly the same. So I would go that shaft in the Mizuno for me is
and kind of work on
get used to it. And if you feel like you're mishitting it really badly, obviously we're working on swing as well. So that's something we can sort of suss out. But it's not something that we've had to worry about today at all. And we haven't done anything to think about it yet. So I don't think it's going to be a big problem for you. You hit quite a few shots there. We've obviously deleted quite a few of those, but I think like for me,
I mean, that's the right numbers that you're
Yeah.
looking for.
Yeah, even on that misset there, which is out the heel, we're not quite.
150,
Like, yeah.
But yeah, I think also like what you said is like getting used to a smaller head is just one of those things
Compared
that
to where you were as
yeah,
well,
yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
it's going to give you the right spin. That shaft is perfect, feels good. It does what we want. It launches higher, spins a little bit higher. You're more in control. Land angle's good. And strike was decent. It wasn't really
Yeah.
like far off where you were with the
I
Strixon.
think it would be just getting a little bit used to it.
Cool,
Okay.
perfect.
Okay.
I'm happy. So I think we'll go with those.
Yeah.
And we know, okay, grip size, standard length, normal grip. We'll get you to choose grips later. But I think, yeah, let's go sit down and talk about this.
Nice.
Cool. Good job, man.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
No worries.
Thank you.